Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like this video. Hit the like button if you have any questions or comments. Please leave a question or a comment. All right, it's time for another installment of the Dr. Spell Prognosis, and today we are talking about the spell Enlarge / Reduce. This has a lot of different uses. I am going to give it a B. For now, it's not game-shattering. It's just a little extra something on, usually on top of a martial character. So it is usable by sorcerers, wizards, and artificers, which, you know, is I guess there is that. It's not usable by a whole lot of classes. It's a second level spell. It takes one action. It has a range of 30 feet. Verbal, somatic, and material components, none of which cost money, which is nice. It lasts for a minute and has concentration. So, I would say that if you're having this cast on you by somebody else, there is probably other spells that they should be concentrating on other than this one. This is a good spell if you are going to cast this on yourself and you're using this to enhance, say, your combat abilities, your kind of melee weapon type of combat abilities. So if you can figure out how to get this spell for that, then there is that. But if you got a sorcerer, wizard, or artificer in the party, I mean, artificer, this would be a good use for an artificer, but sorcerer or wizard, there's probably better spells that they can concentrate on. So what happens when you cast the spell? So you choose a creature or an object, but that object has to be neither worn nor carried, and if it's unwilling, it has to make a Constitution saving throw, which is not a great stat to use for saving throws. You can either enlarge them or you can reduce them. If you enlarge them, they're doubled in size and their weight goes up by 8. So that's important if something's going to try and pick them up. They become large if they're medium, etc., etc. If there isn't enough room for the target to double in size, the creature or object attains the maximum possible size in the space available. So until the spell ends, the target has advantage on strength checks and saving throws. So we did enhance ability yesterday, and bull strength only gives you advantage on strength checks. This gives you checks and saving throws, but it's only for 1 minute. Now that's important for things like pushing and knocking things down or tripping with athletics. And then, of course, strength saving throws. That's really good because there's a lot of stuff that causes you to forces you to make a strength saving throw. In addition, your weapons get bigger, but they only do an extra D4 damage. But I mean, it's D4, and if you happen to crit, then it's 2D4. So there is that. So it's a tiny bit of enhancement. It's not anything spectacular. Now, I could see this being useful for like a grappling monk, or a grappler fighter. Who is trying to grapple things and grab them and hold them down, especially if you've got I think there's an improved grapple type of feat. And then the other thing that you can do is you can reduce, which you have the size of the target and their weight becomes 1/8 normal. Again, that's important for picking up reasons. And then they decrease in size by 1 category, so they go from medium to small. Or if they're small, they go to tiny. And that's important for getting into really, really small spaces. And then they have disadvantage on strength checks and saving throws. That's important because if you take... so this works on any creature of any size. And if you take a huge dragon and you make it large, it doesn't matter, it still gets disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. And then you can do things like Earthbind it, or Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, thing like that require a strength check that it now has disadvantage on. So that's for a full minute. So that might actually be a good combo, but you have to be able to get reduce on them. But the thing is, once it's on for a minute, and they don't get to make another saving throw, which is great. In addition, all of their weapons are reduced, and target attacks with them deal 1d4 less damage. Now, I'm gonna interpret weapon to also mean like natural weapons, like claws and bites and things. So I think that would be the good use for that. If you could get a reduce on a big creature, so that it now has disadvantage on strength checks, then that feeds into a whole bunch of other spells. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I hope everybody enjoyed, and I will catch everybody later.